So, folks, I read yesterday that Rachel Riley, that's the countdown presenter, is it presenter? She's on there anyway, you know who she is. She does the numbers, she does the letters there on the board there. Says that she's going to stop supporting Manchester United should they invite Mason Greenwood back into the squad. And that'd be a shame because I believe she supported them all her adult life and as a child. But you know, you've got to give the lady a due. If that's how she feels and that's her opinion, then that's fine. But all I would say, Rachel, is, you know, just have a look at what the club has got to say for us. I mean, it's not definite he's going to come back. We're all reading that he is, but with this club at the moment, United, you know nothing. You really don't. And they tend to bow to this and bow to that, and they often make decisions based on the wrong reasons behind the decisions. So nothing has surprised me at this stage. But I would just listen, Rachel, to all they've got to say. If he does come back into the squad, they say he may be speaking on the TV. They may do an interview with him. They also state that they've got fresh evidence. God only knows what it is, because you know none of us know what it is. But they've took 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 months assembling it, so there may be something there. You know, I was like yourself, Rachel. At the start, I didn't necessarily want him back for all I've loved the boy. I think he could be the best centre-forward we've had in Britain for the last 15, 20 years. I really do. I think he's that good. And I was gutted that he was the one that it all happened to, that did all these things. That said, I'd read lots of things about the boy before it happened, about late timekeeping and so on and so forth. He's a typical young boy, as I've said in the past on here, paid too much money, looked up to by too many people, gets above his station a little bit, thinks he's somebody that he's not, and goes off the rails. And that's what he's done even before this episode. This episode has been his crowning glory, and it's obviously been very, very bad. But I always thought at the outset, and I might be wrong here, you know, I mean, I've said this on here already, and it might cause a few people to fall out with me. I always thought when I heard the videotapes that we all heard, I thought, not is it a bit of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but is the other party sort of, is Greenwood 75-80% to blame, and the other party is setting a stall out to trap him and whatever. And I know it's an awful thing to say, and I'm probably wrong, but that said, if Greenwood was as bad as the tape made him out to be, and if he's the monster that many think he is, why on earth, regardless of the money he's got, why on earth would this girl, number 1, stay with him, number 2, have a baby with him, and number 3, get married to him? And we believe all those things are happening. I think 2 out of 3 he's on its way, and the third is to follow. You know, as I say, I know there's a lot of money, so people let that cloud the judgment, and they shouldn't do, but some do. But if he's the real monster that he was portrayed a year and a half ago, would anybody in the right mind stay with him? So that makes me wonder a little bit, as I say, and I thought the tape, the audio tape, had a little bit of coercion there, but I might be wrong. But the fact that United now are saying they've looked into things and found other things, it makes you think, what are they? So all I would say, Rachel, is the fullness of time might bring new things to the table. Have a good listen as to what comes out and what's said in the coming week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You may just have a different opinion. You may not, but you may do. And I also probably am of the mind that he's not been found guilty. He's not now charged. All charges dropped. He's going to play for somebody. He has been at the club since was he 7 years of age. You don't want to lose that talent to somebody else. But that said, if he is a real bad man, and if at heart is a wife beater or woman beater and rapist, I wouldn't want him at the club. I'd want him down the road tomorrow. But I'm just hoping that isn't the person that he is. And I'm also, well, I'm not hoping, I know, should he come back to the club, or I would imagine any club, but especially Man United, you'll get a different version of Mason Greenwood. As I say, he'll have his head down, he won't be all cocky and show-offy, he won't be turning up for training late, he won't be stepping out of line, because he'll want to change 100%. But also, whether or not he wanted to change 100%, this manager, Ten Hag, won't let him be anything else. If he doesn't toe the line, he would be down the road. Ten Hag would just get rid in a heartbeat, because Ten Hag won't stand these prima donnas. He won't at all. Mind you, he's still got Iggy there. Maybe he's going to get rid of Iggy shortly. I think he's trying to behind the scenes. But anyway, all I would say, Rachel, is just see what comes out in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There might be things there, that might make you change your mind, and that goes for some of the other fans there that are very much up in arms and don't want him to come back. But as I've said, for all I've now nailed my colours to the mast, and I do want him back, you know, if he is the wife beater, the rapist, and what have you, I wouldn't want him at my club. I'm just hoping upon hope that that isn't the real Mason Greenwood. Maybe in the fullness of time we're all going to find out. Maybe we are.